What enjoyed that then? Welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania. If you're new here, today we're just gonna get ready and play with some new, some old, a little mix of everything. Give you some thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. But let's go ahead and get into this video. I just wanted to hang out and feel good and put on some makeup. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below, hit that like button, and let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, I feel good about this. Like, yes, let's just sit and play with some things. So some of this is from my Sephora haul. Some of this is just stuff I have not used, and then some things that I still just love. So a little bit of everything, you know, some old, some new, whatever. But we're gonna start off, actually let's start off with the eyes. I like doing foundation after. Even though I'm not gonna do much on my eyes, I just feel like having a shade in the crease. So I grabbed my Jackie Aina ABH palette. I still feel like this is one of the best palettes. I love this palette. Like, I really resort to a lot of ABH palettes, even though I feel like everyone's like, the brand's not that exciting anymore. And I'm like, well, so what? It works. So I'm just going to do a wash of color. So I'm just going to grab this shade Ginger and put that in the crease. Especially right after I've had like, I just had my lashes done. And I'm like, I just want them to stay nice for like a week before I'm like, I can only afford to get them done once a month. So I don't do a whole lot with my eyes. I did get the new, I could not resist. I am not going into like a deep dive like new makeup other than my Sephora haul. But I couldn't help it, and I did get the Lisa Eldridge. I got 2 of the palettes, and then 1 single. I love that she's offering like singles that you can just switch out. I hope that like in the future she offers like a single, like where you could just buy the palette. That way you could switch out yourself. I know I have Z palettes, especially like back in the days where like singles was a thing. Do I know where they are? No. But I still buy things that are like cheaper for like the packaging, like gosh, what is that brand? Rose Inc, like how they sell like their blushes, and you can either get like the compact with the blush for 30 or a refill for like 18. And I'm like, I don't care, I'm just gonna get the refills for 18. And then they never really end up making their way back to a Z palette. I just let them live in their packaging and take it out when I want to. Does anyone else do that? I'm like, oh, this is cheaper, I'm gonna go for this, because why not? It's still like crazy how many brands like offer certain things, and I'm like, well, that's not really like minis, you know? Everyone's like, ooh, it's a mini, and I'm like, if I look and like you get double the amount, great, in a big size. But if it's like less than a half, then I'm like, well, then it's not really cheaper. It's less product. Not that I go through a lot of full size products anyways. I'm just saying. Yeah, I love this color. Like, this is what I wanted my Makeup Mario palette to be more like. I will probably talk about that a lot more in my haul, but it's just not doing it for me, guys. It's just not. I feel bad saying that because I feel like a lot of people love it. I'm just not. In terms of my face, I finally used up a Pat McGrath foundation. I've never used up a full foundation. And I'm looking on the website right now because they're only $27 a piece. So we're going to go in with medium 3. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. I think I bought this last Sephora haul, and then I put it in my bathroom cupboard, and I haven't used it since. So it's not new, but it's new to me. But I remember everyone talking about it like in the April thing, and then I just kind of store them underneath my sink. So it's this dropper, which I don't know if I'm a huge fan of. Not really. I am just going to kind of drip it onto the brush and see what I need. I prime my face with the Tatcha Dewy Skin moisturizer. I've been doing that now for, gosh, what, maybe like since it came out. I think a year or 2. At least a year for sure. Maybe 2. But I've also used up full ones of that. So this year is kind of the year where I've been, you know, this and like through my pregnancy, like I was just kind of like, these are the things that I use. As opposed to like just keeping buying new stuff. Like now I walk into my, like where I film. I'm not like a huge YouTuber, right? But I still have a lot of makeup, and I feel like I'm shopping for the first time, just shopping through, like swatching my stuff that I have, because I'm just like, I didn't really give anything like a huge chance because there's always something new around the corner. So I would love to say it's because I'm a better person in terms of not buying makeup, but it's not that. It's just because I'm limited on money now because I'm I work part-time, and yeah, I just can't support that habit anymore. So, or as much, you know, I just think about things a little bit differently now, where I'm like, do I really want that, or is it just new and I'm excited to have it? So, but Lisa Eldridge, I will say, I mean, I didn't buy any lipsticks. I don't think I'm like, is this shade good? It doesn't look bad though, but I feel like every time I buy her lipstick, I can never tell the shade when she's trying it on and then what I get. And because you can't like swatch them in store, I just kind of like, I realized that they're not my go-tos. So I didn't buy that. Her highlighter has been my favorite, and I have a lot of high hopes for her eyeshadow palette. So that's why I was like, okay. And I did buy the like little liquid ones, and I do like those, which I'm like, oh, I should have grabbed that to do today. But I didn't. Just for like that inner corner. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. Like, let's see here. But yeah, I was like, man, I'm gonna order new Pat McGrath ones though, is what I was trying to say before. Her foundation right now is on sale on her site for $27, and I think at that price you cannot go wrong. Like, I'm excited. I'm gonna order a few. So I always don't get when people for the sales are like, buy the Pat McGrath like products because it's 20% off, and I'm like, her website, especially November, December, always has better deals than that. Like right now it's like 30% off if you buy $50, which for her, that's 2 products, you know? So I never recommend those anymore on Sephora. I'm gonna use this concealer. I wanna buy a new concealer too. They don't have the shade name on the concealer. So I'm trying to, I think I bought shade 8. I'm like, I can go back to my videos, so I know I reviewed this. But I think I want one a little bit deeper. So I might try that. Like her shades are a little, there's a lot of shades. There's like over 30 shades of concealer. And I'm like, I want to try, I think, one a little bit deeper. Because I feel like sometimes this can be a little bit brighter than what I want it to be. But we'll see. So I was like, okay, really pay attention to it. Even though I use it all the time when I do my makeup. But I'm usually in such a hurry that I don't care at that point. And I'm just like, just throw it all on your face. Yeah, we're going to give that a second. But I am liking this Beauty Blender Bounce. No one ever talks about Beauty Blender, but I feel like they do have some good. I liked the other foundation too, where they all have the weird applicators though. Like the other one's like a pump, like you pump down and it's like straight down. But I still really like the texture of that one. But yes, I feel like I'm setting goals of being like, here's 3 foundations you can have open, let's rotate through. You know, whereas like this past year, all I've reached for is my Pat McGrath, and I'm like, well, why do I need a new one? But then I also like to try new things, you know? What if something makes my face look 5 years younger? I need to go to the dermatologist. I'm like, ooh, I can start my retinol again now that I'm done breastfeeding. I gave up breastfeeding. I lasted 10 months. Way more than I ever thought I was going to, but you still have that like guilt feeling, and I don't know why. Like I have no idea why. Like logically, I'm just like, she's fine. And then I'm like, oh, am I being selfish? But we were about to go on a trip, and I was like, there's no way. We were going to Mexico, and we knew there was going to be no refrigerators, and we knew we were going to be like in a car because we were there for my husband's cousin's wedding. And I was just like, I don't want to worry about pumping, and if we don't have a fridge, I'm not going to carry around like a lunch pail. Like it just sounded so stressful when I was already really stressed out about like going on a plane for a first time type thing. So it feels really good to be done. People that do it for longer, I don't know how you do it, but I was like, I just don't feel like myself, and I'm really tired of not feeling like myself. So yeah, that is, yeah, see what I mean? I feel like it's a good shade. I just feel like it could be like, sometimes I'm like, maybe you could go a touch deeper. So that's why I'm like, maybe we'll try. Let me see how. And then I also want to try her, I have the shade in medium of her powder, and I love her powder. But I want to try the yellowy one. So I might do that. Because like I said, I think I'm only going to get 2 products that are on sale. But I wanted to make sure they're ones I really use and love. Not necessarily like, ooh, let's try something new. So I'm really thinking about that. But I love this powder. but I think a yellow tint would be nice. Okay. Let's see here. So from the haul, I was very proud I did not pick up any new bronzers. Well, kind of. This is a cream bronzer stick. But I didn't do any new powders, and this is the only one I got. And usually, I love bronzer so much, I buy so many. And I did look at the, what was it? Patrick Star one? I got the shade in Harmony. Because I was a little bit, I feel like the one I got, this is Courage in the powder bronzer. And this is definitely a little, like, I have to be light-handed, but it still works. Whereas this, I was looking at swatches and it looked a little darker, like really pigmented. So I was like, okay, let's not get the same shade. But yeah, I was looking at his like little powder ones, but it was so pigmented and I am just not, I was just like, this is too much. It was just too pigmented. I usually complain the other way. I know, you can't make me happy. But I was just kind of like, I really like this. Do you guys remember like the Hourglass foundation stick? I have not used a foundation that I've liked like that in a long time. And I'm just going to use the same brush to blend this out. But yeah, I'd love to, what did you guys pick up at the sale? Did you guys pick up any of the new Lisa Eldridge ones? I really hope they're good, because like I said, you kind of stuck with them. You can't swatch them in store. So high hopes. A lot of new formulas in there, but I feel like she just does such a good job. Like I watch her and I'm like, yeah, I need that. Yes. Even though I'm like, no, I don't. I have that a million times over, but we will see. I will definitely be doing a review on that. I really like this. I don't feel like I need to go over it, but I will go over it a little bit because I'm putting makeup on and I might as well. I have time right now. My daughter's at my parents' house, so I dropped her off before I went to work and I was like, okay, today I'm gonna film and have time to do that. So this is the powder bronzer, which I really enjoy as well. I haven't tried a lot from the brand, but everything I have has been really nice. I think I've tried more than this and I just can't think of what else I've tried. I feel like I have a blush. I really went hard on blushes during the Sephora sale. I don't know why. I used to not be a blush person, and now I get really excited about blush. But other than that, I didn't do any palettes, which I was really happy about, other than the Makeup by Mario. And to be honest, I think I might be exchanging it. The glitter fallout, the fact that I can't build up the mattes, I'm just getting, like, I wore it every day last week because I was like, maybe I just need to break it in, you know? I'll change my mind. I want to love it. And I just don't love it. It's just not happening. So, there's that. Which I'm really disappointed about because I was like, I don't care. I'll buy a neutral palette as long as, you know, I'm going to use it all the time. And I just was like, I'm not going to use this all the time. Like, there's nothing happening here that I'm really excited about. I'm going to take that same ginger shade. And to me, I'm like, I want the option. I get that we're in a more natural face, but I like the option of building things up. It's just, yeah, especially for that price point. So I feel like you're either going to love it or you're kind of like me where it's just kind of like, eh. One thing I loved about Lisa Eldridge is the way she's like, yeah, I just use my fingers. Remember so many people were like, you can't do that, you know? Like, now, the amount of things I touch with my fingers, I never thought I would, no, it's embarrassing and I'm never going to say it, but babies have such sticky fingers. It's so gross. Sticky fingers, all the things. It's not, ugh. I love her so much, but it's true. It's gross. All right. And then, let's see here. I'm going to go in with Zam. The shade right here is a little bit deeper. I'm going to just kind of stamp that over it. I may not want to do a lot of glitter on top because it all gets through my lashes, so I do it on the bottom now, you know? Gotta get it in somewhere because it just makes me happy. So blushes, like I said, I have a few options. One thing I really want to try out, because I got two very opposite ends of the spectrum, right? I got the Sephora blushes because I feel like they're really talked about. I don't understand the TikTok thing. I have no desire to watch makeup videos on TikTok. I'm just going to say it. to me. I want TikTok to be there for funny animal videos when I need a pick-me-up. Other than that, I don't care to watch like a 5-second thing. To me, I'm like, you're not, like, that's not a review. I don't know. To me, like, maybe a lip swatch if I was like just wanting to see the shade, but I'm really not into this. I'm like, maybe I'm too old. I don't know. I'm not into it. So I don't watch beauty stuff on there because I don't want it to recommend me that kind of stuff. I have it enough. I don't need it. So anyways, I got this Love Child shade, and then I got one of these Gucci blushes. So like I said, very opposite ends in terms of price point. And I got Tender Apricot, which when I swatch it, I love these shades. They don't always work on my skin because they're very light, but I love a peachy blush. Peachy and neutral blushes, like bronzer type blushes, are definitely my favorite. But this packaging, it is so pretty. Yeah, and so nicely weighted. I really am digging this, and I'm like, oh, it just feels so nice and smooth, but expensive, you know? And then there's this, very cheap, but I feel like everyone keeps talking about these, but you could see like definitely in the same exact family. If anything, this is like a touch lighter. So that's why I was like, maybe we do one on one side, one on the other, just to kind of see if, you know, if I really wasted my money. It's really what it is. So I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. There we go. Do you guys like the lower lighting? Like sometimes I like it because I feel like you can really see everything. And then at the same time, I'm like, oh, or does it look like dark and, you know, like not good quality? It's just more because I feel like you can see the makeup when it's the lower lighting. But let's go on this side first. So I'm going to take the Gucci on this side. Gucci. I have maybe two. It's very powdery. I don't know if you get, like, it's kind of everywhere. I don't really mind, but just in case, it is floral. I mean, that's part of the reason. I hate florals. I don't care about the scent, like that things have scent to them. I just don't like floral. I'm just like, I could do vanilla any day. So I'm going to really build this up because, like I said, I want to see if it's going to be, you know, worth this, like, even 20% off. This is expensive blush. I don't know if I've bought this expensive of a blush before. I know I've bought Charlotte Tilbury's and they got to be pretty close. But I do love these types of shades. Like I said, I love these apricot-y peachy shades. And like the other ones were really as exciting to me. So I feel like this brush is big enough. Like the other side doesn't have anything on it. But we'll go in with a different blush just in case. Because I don't want to cheat. So like I said, this is called Love Child. I got like two of the... No? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe just one. But I got a few Benefit ones too. Like I said, for some reason I was really into blush this time. Okay, let's layer it on just like we did before. It's so funny because even just knowing that this is like a little bit cheaper, I'm just like, okay. You know, whereas the other one I was just like, oh, I'll use the nicer brush, you know. Actually, no, this is a Becca brush. I miss Becca. Becca Wild Honey. I'll never survive without you. It's really sad. So many companies are just closing. So I'm going to turn down the lighting. And then what do you guys think? I do see a difference. I feel like this is still more peachy and this is a little bit more pink. Or is this in my mind because I'm like trying to justify that I bought this? What do you guys think? But I feel like up close, I'm like, this looks a little bit more, it's a little deeper, a little bit more on the pink side, whereas this is more on the peach side. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But it did go on very nicely and it did build. Both of them built. You know, I'm not mad at either one. All right, for highlight, I'm going to go in with my Lisa Eldridge. This is the one that I was like, I love this. This is in the shade Nebula. And I use this all the time. I really liking products that I can use if I want to wear makeup, if I don't want to wear makeup, and just look a little bit better than normal. This is a great one. I feel like I use it all the time. I don't mix it. I don't do any of that stuff. Glow by Auric. I don't know if you guys heard that. Sorry. Glow by Auric has, you know, there's two, and I just don't. I like it, but I feel like I could have used a different shade. And I would those I'm kind of like, if I could do a mini, but just her price point. I know I'm talking about Lisa Eldridge, but for me, I like this formula. It's thinner, whereas the other one, it is better to mix in. It's a thicker formula, so I feel like that's the difference. But I would like to add another shade into my Glow by Auric one, because I feel like the shade I have is very neutrally, but I will say I do use it. The eyeshadow, I don't use it at all. It developed hard pan. It's a sore subject for the price point of that. Love Sam, but yeah, no. I feel like when I use another foundation, it's like I notice so much more. I don't know. I feel like my pores are so much bigger right now, but it could just be in my head. I don't know. I feel like I just get used to something and then I'm like, So I'm going to use, I got a lot of lip products and I kind of just want to use a gloss. So I got the Kaja, I want to say it's like Milk Tea is the shade I got. Yeah, I'm just going to use this Patrick Ta lip liner. This is the shade. It says Precision Lip Crayon. She's Proud. Where are you guys at in your makeup? Does it make you as excited as it always have? Are you kind of like me, or you're kind of like, no, you know. What are you guys feeling? Like I said, if money was an object, I'd still be buying plenty of makeup. Also, this natural thing is not working for me. I'm the amount of natural beauty brands, I'm just not. Cruelty free is one thing, but I need my preservatives because I don't go through a lot. So when it turns to gross like so fast, I'm just kind of like, I feel like I wasted my money. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm not supposed to say that, but I did. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, this is the shade Milk Tea in the Gloss Shot. So let's see, because I feel like a lot of people were talking about this, and I just don't know if it's going to show up as pinky. Like, it's definitely like that milky shade. I just want to make sure it's something, you know? But yeah, I would say I went on a bender with blushes and lip products this sale, more than anything else. Anyone watching any good shows? Because I just watched The Watcher, and then and then it makes me think of The Witcher, and I'm just mad about that whole situation. They can't replace them. I'm not watching it. I'm not doing it. No. That's how I feel about that. Very strongly. Because that's my life now. Okay, I don't have a lot going on outside of my home. So, I do like this. I can't tell if it's giving me any type of tint. It is pretty though. Alright guys, so here is the finished look. This is like my feel good vibe now, you know, like I'm just like, it's very basic and boring, but I feel good. I can wear whatever I want. I don't have to match it. So, and not that I'm wearing anything other than sweats, but yeah, actually no, I'm gonna go to the gym. I haven't decided if I'm gonna take this off yet or not. It's, yeah, you know, when you don't go that many places, I'm just like, maybe. So, and I'm just enjoying having it on and taking my time with it. So anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, suggest some shows, all that stuff in the comments. Your guys' thoughts on any new products. I always love to hear it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me.